Hi everyone, if you are new here, my name is Brunel. For those of you returning, a special welcome back. Thank you for returning. Right, so before we get started, and I'll take these off, I've had them on for too long. These are the Marine Energy Eye Mask from a company called Shangpree. It's a Korean brand, and so I've had these for quite some time, but I've never actually used them. To do some makeup and chit chat, I've done my skincare. Excuse the super shiny nose. Doesn't look nice. So I'm going to start off with, what am I starting off with? With primer. Now I want to start using up the products that I've got. I'll list everything below. I know I always say that and half the time I don't do it. But yeah, if you've got any questions, just okay then. Well, this is starting off really well. Anyway, I've had the week from hell. I've not been able to film anything because it's just been utterly awful. For reference, this is the Pore Eclipse mattifying primer from Milk Cosmetics or Milk Makeup. So that's that. Yeah, I've had such a horrible week. I was doing so well. As many of you now know, I'm chronically ill, so it's very hard. You never know what the day is going to be like. Some days are better than others. So there I was. I had 3 consecutive days of feeling more than normal, feeling like a normal human being. Now, there were all these issues anyway, so rather than, for example, suffering maybe 20 or 30 different symptoms, the good day will be you suffering maybe 5 and you can still function and do things. So that's what I did. I had 2 good days, so I thought to myself, let me pop out. Before that, I hoovered. I can't even hoover my house now without feeling absolutely exhausted or feeling really ill. So I hoovered up the house and I thought, ooh, this is going really well. I know what I'll do. I'll go out. I'll go to a store and see what they've got available because I'm looking to redecorate the house. So I did that, went out, no big deal, enjoyed myself, and then on the way from there I thought, ooh, let me just stop off at a cafe that I really like, get something to eat, my favourite cafe. Haven't gone there for quite a while, so walked there and got that. And then I thought, let me just stop over and get a few things for the house so I can prepare dinner. I'm going to try and neutralize my eyelids. Oh my god, that hurts. I'm using, this is brand new, I've not used it before, apparently it's really good. It is the NYX Bare With Me concealer. So apparently it's good, and unusually it has a pump. I'm just going to pump a small amount to the back of my hand. So yeah, so anyway, so going back to my feeling ill, yeah, so I was thinking, great. So I did all these things, and then I got home. Normally I'll ask the kids to come and get the shopping because it's to get too much. I thought, no, let me bring the shopping in myself, as you do, which is normal. And I tell you what, by the time I came indoors, I was wiped out. Oh, that really hurts my eyes, touching my eyelid. Oh. By the time I came back indoors, yeah, I was feeling shattered. So I thought to myself, take a break and just have a lie down and have a rest. You've done too much, clearly. I was feeling out of breath and really tired. Anyway, it turns out I'd well and truly overdone it. I've shafted myself, I tell you that now. So I was suffering so bad, and I sort of relapsed. And sometimes you can go you can make things worse for about a few days or sometimes a week, or it can be even months. So I just kind of like overdid it, and I was suffering. It came the following day, my symptoms came on full on. They still hurt. So it came on full on, and I was suffering. Now I suffer from all sorts of pains, from anything. I'm trying to find it again here. I suffer from headaches, dizziness, shortness of breath, tight chest. What else do I suffer from? Oh yeah, heart palpitations. Very important. I'll come back to those in a little while. Muscle pain. My skin hurts. My joints hurts. I'm hypermobile. It's a whole host of things systemically everywhere. I'm affected badly by it. So I was in pain all over, laying in bed and feeling really awful. But that wasn't enough. My period then came. I don't know where the hell that came from, because I just literally had my period at the beginning of February. And yeah, so I have no idea why that turned up again, a week and a half, another lot. And I think I've got endometriosis or adenomyosis or something similar to that. So I was in terrible pain. My legs were hurting. I was in so much pain from that, and a lower back pain, and my stomach was feeling really bad. And I've also got a sorry, just making sure that that's all dry. And I've also got a cyst in one of my ovaries that causes kind of like ovarian torsion, so I have to be very careful with it. So as well as my period and then possible endometriosis and the pains I was getting on my stomach and my lower back, the pain decided to travel on the front of my thighs, the upper front of my thighs, and it was so bad. Now remember, I did say that I also suffer from I don't know if I said it, but I also suffer as a norm from muscle spasms and muscle contractions, which are usually on my thighs, which hurt so bad, as well as tendonitis, systemic tendonitis. That means inflammation of my tendons throughout my whole body. So the back of my legs were hurting, the front of my legs were hurting, the muscles on my thighs were contracting. I was in so much pain. Oh, I felt so bad. And as if that wasn't bad enough, I got a bad cold. For the eyes, I've dug this out from back of the cupboard. This one is the Morphe Artistry palette. So it's got loads of brown shades and stuff in there. As you can see, the most used shade here, which is as close to my color, my skin as possible. I'm just going to use that to dab in there, but you can use anything, any color that's close to your skin shade. Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything special. I'm just trying to get as much of the product as I possibly can. Yeah, you can use that, or you can also use your bronzer as well. Most of the time I just keep it simple. I don't know why I decided to use this, but I've got so many palettes and I'm not using them. I'm just going to pack that onto my lid. Ooh, look at that. So much color. So yeah, so I got that cold, and the cold was so bad. I was coughing, I was sneezing, my chest hurt, my throat hurt. I ended up with an infection, and my sinuses were hurting so bad. The headaches were right here, and I didn't even know it was possible, but it was affecting one nostril where it felt full, but nothing was coming out except just clear liquid. But the liquid was, sorry, it's a bit TMI here. That's how I knew it was an infection, yellow. And I didn't even know that was a thing, so I had to Google it quick. And like, yellow thing coming out my nose. And I was like, yeah, it's an infection. And then on top of that, the nostril that was affected was buzzing, and I mean it was like going pulsating, boom, zoom, zoom, zoom. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know you could get pulsating nostrils. I was just so flabbergasted. Oh my god. I was in so much pain with the cold. Now, remember when I said that about my possible endometriosis and also the cyst? What tends to happen with me is that the ovarian torsion, which is when your ovary can twist, that can be triggered by a cough, a sneeze, laughing too hard, twisting, or bending down and twisting. So anything like that can set it off. And unfortunately for me, I've learned throughout the years how to control it. I have to be very careful when I'm due on. But my stomach was feeling so sore and so tender, like I was going to rip something. That's how I know things are really bad, and I have to be extra careful. So with the cough and the cold that came in and I was coughing, you can imagine what was happening there. My headache was and I was holding onto my stomach to make sure and tensing my muscles so that the ovary doesn't twist, whilst I'm also coughing at the same time. So I'm moving on to a deeper shade, and I'm going to go with, I'm just going to go with this. Hopefully you can see that there. I'm going to go with that shade. So yeah, so I started then coughing and sneezing, and then getting really scared that my ovary is going to twist in place. So I was grabbing hold of that. My head was hurting. It was utterly awful. So I'm just going to place that on the outer corner first. and then blend that into my crease line just to give it a bit more definition. So it was just awful, utterly awful. I was just crying. I felt so bad because I'm also sensitive to medication. I can't take ibuprofen, Nurofen, and all of that. No, all I can take is just paracetamol on its own, and I didn't have any, and the normal paracetamol tablets don't work for me, so I have to take the soluble ones, and I didn't have any at all, and I was crying. I felt so pathetic. I was crying at that point. It was too much. I couldn't handle. I'll just tightline my eyes, and then that's it, really. And then the eyes are almost done. Let me see. I can't talk whilst I'm doing that, so don't mind me. I've got contact lenses on, so it's so hard. Ow. The eyes are basically finished. I'm just going to do the same thing underneath the eyes. So then we'll move on in a little while. Moving on, we're going to, I'm going to use this, the Serum, what's it called? Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint from Brunellesp, shade number 13. That one here. And I'm using this brush. This is a new brush that I bought from TikTok from, I think the company is called Eloise or Eloise, depending on which way you want to call it. This is their glass finish brush. Is glass finish spatula brush. So if you can want to search that on TikTok. I have found other brands actually which do it cheaper, because I think I paid about £8 something for it. There are other brands which are, you know, charging probably about £2 something. It is super, super thin. And it's meant to use less product and give you that kind of glass skin. So we shall see whether that works or not. Let's give it a try. Yeah. I mean, it does go a long way. You use less product. That is very true. I'm not too sure about this. It's not bad. I'm not necessarily too sure, convinced yet. Maybe if I was using a really thick foundation, I don't know, it might be able to spread the product a bit more evenly, because this is quite, you know, it's a skin tint. So, but actually it's not bad on applying maybe skincare of some kind, or face mask that you have to kind of spread evenly. It'll come in handy. I think most likely I'll end up using it for that purpose. But if you're interested, yeah, just search for that on TikTok. And I'm gonna move on to concealer. Again, I'm going back with this concealer. Now the only thing about this is I like a concealer with an applicator, so having this like that, it's a bit, trying to think of a best way to actually use it. I'm gonna just kind of have to squeeze it. Probably end up, I've used way too much, and that's the only problem with having a pump on this. Yeah. With all the different illnesses, by the way, that I was having, what made it worse was that last week was also the week where I've been waiting for months to go and get a heart monitor. So the heart monitor was to check on the palpitations, to make sure that it's not actually my heart that's causing the problem, and to check what happens with my heart when I get the palpitations and so on and stuff like that. So I had that, and I had to wear that for 73 hours. Now, if you've ever worn one of those things, you know, no baths, no showers. I'm just thinking, with everything that I've stated, including the unexpected period, the idea of no bath, don't worry, before I cleaned myself, but it's just that I could not have a bath or a shower, which is something that I need. I have it on a daily basis. The idea that going 72 hours without a bath or a shower, and I had to wear this monitor and take it everywhere and put it in my pocket and so on. It was just like, I just thought, oh my God, with everything that's happening, this has to be the time when I have to wear this. But I couldn't exactly change that, because I've been waiting months for that to be set up and for me to wear it. So, and I was praying that actually I'd suffer the palpitations and so on, so that it can the doctors can see what's happening, because I know that it's obviously happening. But last time they did it for 24 hours, unfortunately nothing happened, so they were not able to get any readings on what my heart's doing. So when this came up, I really wanted to make sure that they could record something and see how much my heart increased by, and what issues were being caught, you know, if anything was, there was anything to worry about. The idea of not bathing and showering for 72 hours was just like, ooh. But that would have been okay, except, I know, I told you guys I had a horrible week, except once she put it on, I had one of those stickers here and one on either side under the boobs, and by the time I got home, half an hour away, I was like, oh, this is feeling a bit funny. This feels really, really weird. Something's not right. And I started getting really, really itchy. You can guess, I had a reaction. So I don't know if you can see, but there's this here, and I've got bigger ones on each side. I had a reaction to them. Oh, this concealer is so natural and blends so easy. I like it. I like it a lot. And it's not too bright. I like the fact that it's not too bright. And I'm actually going to add another concealer. This one is from Zara. It's the Luminous Concealer, and this is shade W41. Yeah, is it W941? And in the corners. Yeah, so I had a reaction. So when I took it off, oh my god, I had to take it off on a Monday morning at 8. I was so pleased. Jumped in that shower real quick, and then, ooh, boy, did that sting. It hurt. The water touching it was so bad. Now I've got scratches, like somebody, like I've been scratched by a cat. I've got really bad scratches. The ones on the sides are so bad. They look like, actually, I've got cuts all over. It's really, really strange. So I'm going to have to think about that and talk to the doctors next time and see what they put in there, because, yeah, to react against that and have that there for 3 days and I couldn't take it off was just really awful. I'm just going to let that sit for a little while, and then I can set it in place. But meantime, I'm going to, actually, you know what, whilst that's doing that, let's not move along. Let's quickly just use the Made by Mitchell in shade Laid. What's it? Blush. Shade Laid, which is like a bronzer. It's such a nice formula. It really goes into the skin. If you've got super oily skin, I really recommend using this. Ooh. See how easily the formula blends into the skin. Oh, such a joy to actually use, honestly. No skills needed. Don't have to worry about, you know, blending it. Look how easy that blends. Oh my gosh, it's just a beautiful formula. First, this is the Makeup Revolution Pro Matte Blush in the shade Seduction. So never use it. Look how shiny my face is. Woo, I'm definitely going to need to set that. Yeah, it has enough pigment. Sometimes it's better to have something that's buildable, although I think my primer is reacting, or maybe it's reacting to the eye patches, but you can see that it's buildable. I'm just going to add some more. Setting the highlighted areas with the Trigwell powder in shade number 6. I really, really do like this powder. Okay, so I'm going to try and set the rest of my face with this. I think it's slightly off. For some reason it came up a bit darker than I was expecting it. This is the Kosas, is that how you say it? Kosas. I say it with a French accent. So Kosas Silky Cloud Set. So this is in a shade, I don't know. I think it's silky. I think that's the name of the shade. This is what it looks like. And you'd think, okay, that's not too bad. But last time it almost oxidized. I'm just going to set the bronzer. I'm going to use this bronzer here. You've seen it before. Juvia's Place bronzer in dark. You've got two sections here. I'm going to go for the lighter section because the bottom section is a little bit red. So I'm just going to go for that instead, and just lightly. There's not much on the brush. And for blush, I'm going in with this as well. This is from Juvia's Place. It is the Volume 1 blush. That I'm just going to use the other end of the brush. I'm going with the pink one, but not too much. So now we're going to quickly move on to mascara. I've got two. For my bottom lashes, I'm going with the Lottie London, what's it called? Super Fake. Love this for bottom lashes. I've got short bottom lashes. Well, my lashes are short, but they're plentiful. So my eyes are so red and so sore. I'm always making a mess of mascaras. And then I'm going to use the Fenty. And that is a Fenty, well, Fenty something. Anyway, it's a Fenty mascara. The thing about this one is it does tend to bring out a lot of product and it can be very messy and clumpy. So, but it's a good mascara. Look, I don't know if you can see. It's a good mascara. I'm just lining my lips with, first of all, with this pencil. This is from Sleek. It's the super precise lip liner. I think the shade name is Locked Up, but I could be wrong. I'm just going to line the outside. It's a dark lipstick with a cool undertone. I just like the contrast of both warm and cool. The lipstick is going to be the Soft Matte Lip Cream. Lipstick is going to be the Soft Matte Lip Cream from NYX. The shade is Abu Dhabi. I'm a fan of these, but I'm not a fan of the smell that they have. Ugh. Nice. And then I'm just going to quickly set my face. One size. Until Dawn spray. This is, of course, I love this. The Fenty lip gloss in Hot Chocolate. Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Yes, it is. I can't see anything. I need to change my contacts. I honestly need to do that. So just placing that. Alrighty people, this is it. This is the face this is the face all done. Hopefully you guys had a better week, but if you did, let me know below. Was your week as bad as mine? Was it a big pile of manure as mine was? Hopefully I won't have a week like that again for quite some time. I'm on the mend slightly because I was able to film this video without feeling as if I needed to go and lie down, so that's a good sign. And I need to learn to pace myself and take it really, really easy. But apart from that, how are you guys doing? Post below any questions or anything, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.